So this is it, the start of a 5-week South America adventure. And I honestly still can't quite believe I'm saying that out loud. We're at the airport, bags packed, excitement kicking in, and our first stop is Argentina, more specifically, Buenos Aires. But before we get there, we've got a bit of a journey. We're flying via Madrid and we've got a 9-hour layover. Now, normally that would mean trying to get comfortable on those plastic airport chairs, which, let's be honest, is never ideal. We're arriving at 11:30 at night and it's an 8 a.m. flight the next day. So we decided to treat ourselves. We booked one of those airport sleep pods. Now, I'm not going to lie, it was expensive, about £120 each for the night. And for what it wasn't exactly luxury. But honestly, it beats sitting upright for 9 hours trying to nap with one eye open. We made the best of it, had a bit of a laugh, and you know what? Sometimes travel is about these little experiences too. Would you climb those stairs to the top bunks? Yeah, I had a bottom one, thankfully, and it was quite warm in there. But you know, like I said, I did get some sleep. I did have earplugs in because you literally could hear the comings and goings in the corridor just behind the little flimsy curtain at the bottom of my feet. So I was very thankful for my earplugs. Yeah, the getting to the bathroom was a bit annoying because you had to get back into that corridor and then out into a public area to go to the bathroom, which I thought was a little bit strange. No privacy at all, but hey ho, we did it. And yeah, putting my makeup on, kneeling on my knees and cross-legged was something else, but I do yoga, so I could get away with it. It wasn't too bad. And then the next morning I was ready. We headed into the business lounge. Lovely breakfast, proper coffee, and suddenly everything felt a bit more worth it. Oh, I do love a business class flight. We flew with Iberia, and here's the best bit. I flew for free. Yes, you heard that right, for free, using Avios points. It's called a partner flight. One person pays, the other goes free. Honestly, one of the best travel perks ever, and something I'll definitely talk more about because it's a game changer. After all that, we finally arrived in Buenos Aires. I had an apple in my bag. Thank goodness this little beagle did not discover it. And there's just something about arriving in a new continent. The air feels different. The energy feels different. You know you're somewhere completely new. We checked into our Airbnb and I was so happy because it had a gym. Now, if you know me, you know that's a bit of a non-negotiable. I might be on holiday, but I'm not on holiday for my health. Yoga, a bit of gym, just something to balance out the food and the wine, because let's be honest, there's plenty of both. So I was very happy with this gym. It was really cool. Now, this trip was a little bit different for us because David had actually torn his calf muscle just before we came away. So our usual style, walking absolutely everywhere, wasn't really an option. And do you know what? It forced us to slow down and travel differently, which is where the hop-on, hop-off bus came in. Honestly, they were brilliant. Easy, relaxed, and you still get to see all the highlights of the city without overdoing it. And, well, Buenos Aires has so much to see. We passed through areas like La Boca with its colourful buildings and street art, absolutely full of character. We saw Casa Rosada, the iconic pink government building, obviously where Eva Perón used to reside. We were near the Recoleta Cemetery, which is one of the most fascinating cemeteries in the world. Unfortunately, didn't get to walk around it. We spent time around Palermo, lots of greenery, trendy cafes, just a really lovely vibe. And of course, where we were staying in Puerto Madero Such a beautiful area, very safe, clean, and perfect for a gentle stroll, especially along the water. I went for some morning walks, well, one morning walk along there. And that's something I will say, if you're coming to Buenos Aires, do your research on where to stay. Areas like Recoleta, Palermo, and Puerto Madero are definitely the ones to look at, because going out at night, you need to be aware of your area. Even in these nice areas, I wouldn't really advise being out sort of around after 10 o'clock midnight time at all. Anyway, now let's talk about the food. Argentina is famous for its steak, which is great, unless you're me and don't eat red meat. There were lots of nice restaurants and bars around, all sorts. But honestly, I had no problem at all. There were so many delicious options: fish, pasta, salads, plenty to enjoy. And then there are the drinks, of course. Well, the local drink we tried, the local favourite, is called Fernet and Coke. I'd never heard of it before. And to be honest, I don't even drink Coca-Cola. But I have to say, in the 30-degree heat, it's actually really refreshing. It was that refreshing, I had it more than a few times in the 5 days that we were there. I mean, you've got to try the local drinks when you travel, haven't you? I mean, it's almost compulsory. The place we visited, one was like the food market was a bit like a time out, and you could see everything freshly prepared right in front of your face. The atmosphere was wonderful. And yet again, somewhere where you could have a sample of the local drink, Coke and Fernet. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But sometimes the best moments aren't out and about. They're right here on your own little balcony. Glass of something fizzy, warm evening air, just taking it all in. We had some fantastic views. Those are the moments I love the most. Now, the absolute highlight of our time in Buenos Aires was the Argentine Tango. Oh my goodness, what an experience. It was just around the corner from our Airbnb, so we were very lucky that we could walk to the venue in just 10 minutes. It was fabulous. It's not just a dance, it's emotion, it's storytelling, it's connection. And honestly, it gave me goosebumps. I've got goosebumps just talking about it now. If you come here, this is a must. But one tip, choose your venue wisely. Go for something small, intimate, where you really feel part of it. That makes all the difference. Absolutely makes all the difference. Just to be that close to feel the energy of this amazing dance. And the professionals, I mean, you're just in total awe of them.
Hey.
Well, shall we have a little real moment?
One of the strange things that we have to do in this apartment for the washing machine is you have to buy some tokens, which in itself is not strange. But the strange thing is, it's a 15-minute walk away over the river, which is a little bit unusual, being as they have a beautiful reception desk in the bottom of the building. You'd think that they would supply the tokens for the washing machines, wouldn't you? But there you go, another sunny day.
Kidding aside, when you're travelling for 5 weeks, laundry becomes a thing, a very real thing. And this is a side of travel people don't always show, but it is part of it. I was very grateful to have access to washing machines on our whole journey. And one of the priorities for us was to try and book Airbnbs with washing facilities. And yeah, it totally works because you got to do frugal packing. Well, because we couldn't do as much walking, We also decided to take a trip out to the Tigre Delta, and it was just lovely. Calm, peaceful, a completely different pace from the city. We did a river cruise, just sat back, relaxed, and sometimes that's exactly what you need. It was absolutely gorgeous. So that was our first 5 days in Buenos Aires. A mix of adventure, slowing down, adapting, and just enjoying where we were. And that's the thing with travel. It doesn't always go exactly how you plan.
Hey, and good morning. It's the last day in Buenos Aires, and we are flying to Iguazu Falls today for 3 days. I should have worn my sunglasses, I'm squinting. It's been an interesting 5 days, and I can honestly say the highlight of the 5 days was the Argentine Tango. Absolutely brilliant. It's definitely a must see. And one of the other interesting facts about Argentina, well, particularly in Buenos Aires, you go to the supermarket, a bottle of wine, a very nice bottle of Malbec, costs less than a packet of crisps. I kid you not. It was 2,000 pesos, which is just under £1, for a bottle of lovely red wine, and for a packet of crisps, it was 3,000 to 3,500 pesos. So, what message does that give to you? Don't eat junk food, drink wine. It's been a great 5 days. It's been quite chilled, which this is my way to travel, slow travel. And after India that we had this time last year, where it was just in and out of hotels every other day, this has been a great way to do it, slow paced. We didn't go out many evenings, I have to say, but we made the most of the days and came back and we're at home back in our apartment for about 8 p.m. So one of the highlights now is Iguazu Falls. We're flying there today. And yeah, so it's bye bye Buenos Aires. It's been great, especially the Argentine Tango.
And as I said, it doesn't always go exactly how you plan, but sometimes that's when it becomes even better. This is just the beginning of our South America journey, and I can't wait to share the rest of it with you. We've got Iguazu Falls, Puerto Madero, Lake Titicaca, Lima, Santiago, Rio de Janeiro, all to come. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe and follow along, because there's so much more to come. And if Buenos Aires is on your list, I'd say go for it. It's vibrant, it's soulful, and it might just surprise you. See you in the next one.